At a recent real estate seminar held in Dallas, Texas, where I was the invited speaker, a man around 60 years old approached me. He had overheard when I mentioned that my wealthy father taught me real estate investing by playing Monopoly, and we all know that this game contains the formula for amassing great wealth: buying 4 greenhouses and converting them into a red hotel. This gentleman came up to me and asked if he should turn his houses into hotels. I smiled and asked how many houses he owned. It took him a while to think, and he told me he had a little over 700. All I could respond with was, "What?" As we sat down to talk more, I found out that he was a farmer from West Texas. Over the last 40 years, he had been buying a few houses each year to rent out. He had experienced ups and downs in the oil and livestock industries in West Texas. During economic crises, he would buy houses from people facing financial difficulties and often rent those same houses back to those people. As his cash flow grew, he simply bought more houses, most of them for under $65,000, and never sold any of them. I discovered that at the time of our conversation, he was earning an average of $200 per month in cash flow from each house, which left me impressed. This meant he was receiving over $145,000 as monthly income, more than $1 million a year, just from his rental properties. "That's right," he replied. "That's why I came to ask if you think I should start selling some of my greenhouses and buy some red hotels. Buying those little greenhouses takes a lot of time, and I like your idea of buying larger buildings so I don't have to buy as many," I said while shaking my head laughing. "For the next seminar, I would love for you to be the speaker and I'll be the listener." So I gave him the name and phone number of my financial and tax advisors, suggesting he give them a call. I also told him that he was on a much higher level than me. As he thanked me for the phone numbers, my mind traveled back 40 years when my rich dad played Monopoly with me while I played with those little green plastic houses. This gentleman was playing Monopoly with real houses. Statistics from the U.S. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare said that at age 65, out of every 100 people, 1 was very wealthy, 4 were comfortable, 5 still had to work out of necessity, 54 lived on family or government support, and 36 had already passed away. It seems to me that one reason only 1 out of 100 people accumulated great wealth is because most couldn't change when they needed to. I'm sure many wished to change but were paralyzed by fears and doubts like, what if the market crashes? Or, what if I make a mistake? Or even, what if I can't pay the debt? In other words, many people can't change because they're trapped by their own doubts and fears. These days, there are young people making millions of dollars on the internet without even finishing their studies. They've never had a job and might never need one. Whenever you owe money to someone, you end up being employed by that money. For example, if you take out a 30-year loan, you automatically become an employee of that money for 30 years. My rich dad used to borrow money but made sure he wasn't the one paying off the loans. That's the key. His advice deserves to be repeated. He explained to me and my son Mike that good debts are the ones someone else pays for you, while bad debts are the ones you pay with the sweat of your brow. His appreciation for rental properties was based on the fact that the bank granted the loan, but it was the tenant who paid it back. Imagine that you find a beautiful house for sale in a decent neighborhood. The house needs some renovations, maybe a new roof, plumbing, and a fresh coat of paint. But overall, it's surrounded by other well-maintained houses in a safe neighborhood with good schools. Even better, the neighborhood is next to a local public university that is always seeking more housing for its students as the student population increases each year. The owner wants to retire and move to a warmer, quieter place. He's asking $110,000 for the house, and after negotiating with him, you agree on a price of $100,000. You already have $10,000 saved in your bank account, so now you need a mortgage of at least $90,000. As all you have available are those $10,000, you decide to apply for a $100,000 mortgage loan. With this additional $10,000, you can cover the bank's closing costs, as well as the necessary expenses for painting the house and fixing the roof and plumbing. In most cases, the bank will be happy to grant the loan because the mortgage is secured by the property's value. This means that if you were to go to the bank and ask for a $100,000 loan, without having any assets to secure it, the bank would decline. But with the backing of the property, the bank will gladly finance it, as loans are their business, as long as there is value to secure the loan. So, the bank gives you a 30-year mortgage with a 6% interest rate. Obviously, the first thing they want is that $10,000 as a down payment, and you provide it. After factoring in property taxes, your monthly mortgage payment will be about $700. But, as I mentioned before, becoming an employee of that bank loan for the next 30 years is not convenient. The best strategy is to have someone else pay off your debt. My rich dad would suggest that as soon as you close the deal and become the owner of the house, start contacting the local university to inform students that you have a house available for rent. Suppose you decide to charge a rent of $1,000 per month. If the house has 4 bedrooms, it could easily accommodate 4 students, each paying $250 per month. That's a very affordable price, even for more budget-conscious students. You can also approach the nearest real estate agency to see if they can manage the rental of your property for a small monthly maintenance fee. Many real estate agencies not only find tenants for your property, but also take care of minor repairs needed in the house, such as unclogging toilets. But there's more good news. If your rental property brings in $1,000 per month and your mortgage payment is only $700, then your net profit is $300 per month. This net profit is known as passive income, which means you don't have to do any work to earn it. It's others, in this case your tenants, who pay your 30-year mortgage. And best of all, you earn an extra $300 every month. Furthermore, over time, as the value of real estate properties tends to rise, you may benefit from a potential increase in the house's value. This means that while your tenants pay the mortgage, you are building equity. If the property value significantly increases over the years, you might consider selling the house for a higher price, thereby securing a considerable profit. This appreciation in property value is another appealing aspect of investing in rental properties, providing an additional opportunity for long-term financial gain. Moreover, investing in rental properties offers the possibility of diversifying your investment portfolio. By having assets in different classes, such as real estate, stocks, or other investments, you reduce the risk of significant losses in case of instability in a specific sector. This can help protect your capital and ensure a stable income flow, regardless of fluctuations that may occur in other markets. By expanding your portfolio with rental properties, you can create a more solid and balanced investment strategy. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to show your support by leaving a like. It greatly motivates us to continue bringing quality content to you. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing to not miss out on any content. See you in the next video.